Unreal. And yet, you look at the news stories, it gets worse. The propaganda machine from the left, which is very powerful, incidentally. This is the most powerful propaganda machine in American history, in world history. Never in world history, has there ever been a propaganda machine as powerful as what we have today, whether it's the electronic media or the print media. And here we have Harvey Weinstein doing a Bin Laden film where they originally cast Romney as the villain. Now, we needn't say to you that Weinstein is a far-left radical from Hollywood who's made a fortune with violence, with filth of the lowest order. If I were to say to you the man most responsible in my lifetime for the sewer pipe of Hollywood, I would say it's Harvey Weinstein. And yet he's a huge supporter of Obama. Now, you have to ask yourself why. Why would Harvey Weinstein, a radical leftist, give tons of money to Obama? Why would he rather have Obama than Romney in the White House? It's simple. If your stock and trade is a sewer pipe pumping this vile imagery out to America and the world, who do you think you'd rather have in the White House? A clean, straight-up guy like Romney who may say, hey, guys, you know what? It's time to rein yourselves in. Okay, because you're destroying the minds of the world and you're giving America a black eye. Stop it. I mean, there was self-censorship in Hollywood for decades. Decades. I remember when I was a kid, I grew up and I used to go to the movies with my father when he had a little time off, which was rare because he worked 7 days a week. We'd go to a movie and he'd say to me, you'll notice something, Michael. I was a kid. He would say to me, you'll notice that in every movie you go to, this was in the 50s, he said the bad guys always get killed or go to jail in the end. They never, ever are seen rolling in money and partying with women and jewels and diamonds for their crimes. So I said, well, why is that, Dad? He said, because J. Edgar Hoover had a long talk with Hollywood, and they had to agree that every movie would show that crime does not pay. Well, I guess those days are antiquated to the Harvey Weinsteins of the world. I don't think Harvey Weinstein ever made a movie that showed that crime doesn't pay. I would say every one of Harvey Weinstein's movies is a movie that says crime does pay. And so, therefore, if you were Harvey Weinstein, who made his fortune putting out the salacious filth, of course you'd be a big supporter of Obama and you'd fear the Christian let's face it, you want to call it what it is? Romney looks like a church man. You know what that must do to Weinstein? It's like the fear of God. We don't want him in the White House. God only knows what he's liable to do to us in Hollywood. That's what he's thinking. That's the zeitgeist of the sewer pipe of Hollywood. At least it's one man's opinion. Now, I'm sure you don't agree with me. And I'm a huge movie fan. I got to tell you that right now. Do I like gratuitous violence? No. Do I put up with violence in movies? If it fits the plot, I enjoy it. Because I'm a student of cinema. I write novels. I like drama. And so there's a place for violence. There's a place for sexuality. But when you shift the set and frame and you make violence and overt, disgusting sexuality the set, the whole story, that's not exactly called art. It's called pornography. And so if you were a pornographer, meaning an average Hollywood producer today, who are fundamentally putting out pornography of one kind or another, whether that pornography is pornographic violence, pornographic anti-Americanism, pornographic anti-establishmentarianism, you would want absolute and total freedom to commit with utter disregard to anyone's sensibilities your machine, right? So let's move on. I mean, I'm giving an example of the propaganda machine that is operational. And here's Harvey Weinstein, of all people, was picked to do a Bin Laden film that's coming out 2 days before the election, in which not only do they glorify Obama's role in the Bin Laden raid, but they tried to make Romney a villain. And it was too much even for I think it was National Geographic wouldn't run it, I believe. I don't have the story right in front of me. The New York Times reveals today in a classic buried story that Harvey Weinstein's film about the killing of Osama bin Laden, set to air on the NGO channel 2 days before the election, originally included a scene showing Governor Mitt Romney appearing to oppose the raid, a complete fabrication of history. The film, SEAL Team 6, the raid on Osama bin Laden, makes Obama into a star. Now, I'm all for movies and license of movies, of course. It's called drama.